Hello there. Probably got a little shot of my Game of Thrones t-shirt as I sat down, as I hadn't sat down before I started to make this video. There we go. Shows you the level of planning ahead. Speaking of planning ahead, my name is Sith Holocron. Welcome to another Donger deck discussion. And this is going to be... Well, how am I going to put this? I've had a few messages through some social medias about how do I rattle off decks so quick? And it's kind of simple. I try and make decks that are good into decks that are currently in the meta. So like Easy Karma is really good at the minute. So like this is really good at the minute. Twisted Fate Ezreal is really good at the minute, and Ice Sage is really good at the minute. And those have all been built by people and then kind of taken apart a little bit and made slightly better, and you know, then new cards come out or whatever, and that kind of makes it even better again. But people go like, how did you make the vulnerable deck, which is this one? Well, today is going to be Sith Holocron's Deck Building 101, and you're going to see exactly how I make a deck. So I have 2 deck ideas to do. I'm going to do both of them in 2 separate videos, but it's going to let you see the thought process, and I have no idea how long this is going to take. It could take 5 minutes, it could take an hour. I have no idea. Get yourself a cup of coffee, hit the pause button, and come back. Or don't. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we're going to try and get at least the basis of a deck, and then see how, you'll see hopefully how my brain works when I'm building a deck. So the first deck I'm going to try and build today is going to be predominantly about Fearsome. Okay, so let's make a Fearsome deck. Why Fearsome? Well, Fearsome is really good early doors and late doors against other units, because anything with 2 or less power can't actually do anything. They're sat having a smoke or cringing because the thing is so disgusting they don't even want to look at it. It's that terrifying. They're cowards. These units turn people into cowards and hide under rocks and pretend they've got the cold and all that sort of stuff. But how do we do it? Okay, so here are my sort of deck lists and stuff. And you know, if you're going to build an elusive thing, then you want all the sort of elusive units. But I'm guaranteeing most people can't, off the top of their head, go, oh, this is Fearsome, and this is Fearsome, and this is Fearsome. So I type in up here, Fearsome, and hit the enter button. And all of this, every single one of these, has got the word Fearsome somewhere or does something somewhere. So why is Heimerdinger in there? He's anything but Fearsome. Well, that's because one of his dongers, soon as we are the dongers of Runeterra, creates Fearsome units. But we don't want Heimerdinger. Like, we don't want Heimerdinger. So what champions do we get? Well, we get Elise, Callista, Swain, Nautilus, Tryndamere. Okay, so now my first process is what's being done. So Deep has been done. Let's take that away. Let's take that away completely. These guys are Shadow Isles, and I make far too many Shadow Isles decks, and at least Callista has been done to death, so we're not going to touch Shadow Isles. And that leaves then 2. That leaves Swain from Noxus, and leaves Tryndamere from Freljord. Okay, so I know an awful lot of big fearsome things will be in Noxus from spiders. So here's what we do. We go into new deck. And then we go 1, 2, 3 Swains and 1, 2, 3 Trindlemeres, because both of them are champions. Now what do these champions do? So if he dies, he levels up instead and goes from being an 8/4 to a Tryndamere with Overwhelm, and also gives you the Battle Fury, given ally +8/+4. That's bonkers. That's huge. But is this too much? Because Tryndamere, I mean, he's good. He is good. But when he levels up, he becomes Fearsome. So he's got Overwhelm and Fearsome. That's decent. Swain, obviously you deal null and combat damage. he then becomes fearsome. He already is, and you've got a flock and all that sort of stuff. So we need if we're going to go for both of these, we need spells that will level Swain up, because that's a really good thing to do. But let's stop. Let's not even go any further. Let's just stop and think. If we're playing both of these, what do we actually need? Tryndamere needs nothing, so he's just a standalone character. Swain will need at least one Leviathan, and then we're going to come back. So Leviathan as a 3 of, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's us down the Swain route, just like that. And then we'll go back to Fearsome and see what we get in Freljord and Noxus. Oh dear, that is not so good. So then we delete all these and we see what we get, because there are a lot of things in here that are kind of good. Okay, I want to make a fearsome deck. Okay, so I'm not going to look through everything that's got fearsome, and this is Shadow Isles, Shadow Isles, Shadow Isles, Shadow Isles, Shadow Isles. So it looks like there's Noxus. Okay, Shadow Isles, Shadow Isles. Okay, so there's nothing in here from Freljord at all, apart from Tryndamere. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take him out. And then we're going to go for what is fearsome in here. So that precious pet is fearsome. Is that the only thing from Noxus? No, we can have that, we can have that. We've got the Leviathan. Okay. Okie dokie. Alrighty then. So what I'm probably thinking as I'm thinking about this in my own head is we are going to go Noxus. And decide, shall we go Callista Elise? Let's leave Elise out. Let's put Callista in. So things need to die for Callista to work. So now, after starting off with Freljord, we're going, apologies, but we are, simply because it's a fearsome deck, going in here. Okay, so that is a good card, and will die early. That is a great card. That is a great card. That is a great card. So there's our curve, 1, 2, 3. Then we're looking at 4s. Now, we've got our Mistress in here, but this unit is not fearsome. Not fearsome at all. And we've already got this and Swain. And I can see this rapidly becoming a Shadow Isles deck as I know what else is in here. Is Swain with nothing at all going to help our win condition? Well, probably not. But he is fearsome. Can we just run a fearsome deck? Because the Leviathan, we could actually not run the Leviathan and just use him as a fearsome unit. So let's take the Leviathan out, because, you know, it brings him out, but he's not ever going to level up. Okay, Swain's never going to level up. Let's already get our thought process. Swain is just a 3/6 unit for 5 mana. That's all he is. Forget about anything else. That's all he is. And then we're going to have to find things to kind of help out here along the way. So let's go back up again, because we want things to die. Okay, so Legion General, we're not going to get that out, and he's a 5/4, but he is fearsome. This guy's good for 5, so let's get a couple of those in. And then I think any 8 that we've got we could maybe put ones of in. So that kills 2 weakest. It's Fearsome. That's Fearsome. I don't want the deep. I'll take 1 Leviathan and 1 Ledros, and that gives me 26. And at the minute, if I go up here, I have 26 units. Let's try and get 14 spells. So out of the spells from Noxus and Shadow Isles, what do we want? So we can actually go up in here, and we can click spells, and then take this out. And here are all just spells. I don't know if you guys know that that's what the button does. If you didn't, now you do. Let me have a wee look. So obviously Ravenous Flock is going to go in as a 3 of. Okay, let's just have a wee look, because I mean there are loads of spells. Don't really want a whole load of big ones though. But we have got Callista. I mean, do we want to go the spider route? See, that this is now me kind of thinking, you know, Swain needs to do damage, so we need damage spells. So that would do it right away. But it's not that good really. So that's kind of good, but only drains. Let's take 3 Grasp of the Undyings, because that's a great thing. Let's Noxian. Is Noxian a good card? We'll just leave it as a 1 of, just so I can come back to it. Culling Strike is excellent. Death's Hand is excellent. Vile Feast is excellent. And now we're already over cards. But I want at least this, and at least this, and at least this, and at least this. So I have 54 cards. That's 54 cards right now, and I haven't even went into things like Brother's Bond or Absorb Soul or anything like that. So now I need to kind of go back and go, okay, let's see my spells. Ravenous Flock is going to stay because it's too good. We will be damaging things. Will we be damaging them a lot? Probably not. These are not the best things, but Flock is too good not to run. I don't think we need 3 of these. So let's just take the Onslaught out altogether. Transfusion is good. Probably better in a Vlad deck. So let's make that just a 1 of. Vile Feast we're going to keep as a 3 of. Death's Hands, deal 2 to an enemy and 1 to the enemy nexus. I mean, that's not bad. Noxian Fervor isn't bad either. Drain 3 from any unit. That's not bad either. So now we're kind of going, okay, these spells are actually quite good. So we could actually go just 1s on all of these. I don't think he's good enough. And now we're down to 46. And then I go, do I really want 3 8s? And I don't want 3 8s. So what's the best one to have? That's a 6/6. Pick an ally and summon an exact copy of it. It's ephemeral. Okay. A Leviathan is too good to drop. I'm going to take out Ledros. I'm going to take out Rasa. And we're going to take out this as well. So we're going to go all the way up to a 6. We could add a second one of these. And a second one of these. And I will need to lose 5. Deal 3 to an ally to deal 3 to anything is good enough to be at least a 2. And I've just taken it away. So that can win us the game. Noxian Fervor can actually help us win, but let's just make it a 2 of at the minute. We still need to lose 6. Death's Hand is great because it does stuff to the Nexus. That also helps Swain, so that's really, really good. Culling Strike, kill a unit with 3 or less power. I don't think we need that at the minute, but it's a card we can come back to, and now we're only looking at 3. So let's go up here and see where we're at. We're at 22 units and 21 spells. That's a lot of spells. So let's take out another couple of spells. Flock is too good to take out. Glimpse is too good to take out. The Haunted Relic is kind of good, but we could take out... I mean, all these little things will die eventually. You know, we're not looking at a whole lot. That's just a 2-2. You know, things will die here. I think I want... I mean, that's nearly 50-50. So as you can see, 6 champs, 22 units, 21 spells. We've enough spells to level up Swain. We've enough units to be able to level up Callista. Callista Swain I've never seen before. So literally I am doing this blindfolded. So I don't know. The drain 3 from any unit could go, but then if I got rid of Grasp, which is one of the best Shadow Isles spells in the game by miles, I think it's going to have to come... So we're taking out Transfusion. It doesn't do anything in this deck at all. It's coming out. It doesn't help Swain. It doesn't help Callista. It just doesn't do anything. And we could probably drop... That's our 1-drop. That's our 2-drop. That's a 2-drop. That's a 2-drop. We need to lose 2. So now the thought process in my head is, do I need these 2 just as 1s? Because that's a brilliant unit for 5 mana. That's an amazing game ender with Swain at the end. So I am not too fond of doing this. Noxian Fervor is really good. Do I want that to be a 3? I could do that and then take... See, Haunted Relics will automatically make Callista go bananas. Absolutely bananas. Because she instantly levels. As soon as you cast that, if she's on the board, you instantly level. That's really, really, really good. That helps Swain a lot. That helps Swain a lot. So, again, now this is where I need to sit and try and figure out what's more important. I don't think I need any more spells. I think this amount of spells might be... Is it too many? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, these are so good. And I'm 3 over. So here's the thought. Do I drop the 2-1 Precious Pet? Probably not, because I probably want things to die. I could just get rid of the Haunted Relics. Like, I could just do that. I could just do that. That spell doesn't do anything apart from help Callista. And the 2-1s all die to, like, Vile Feasts and Withering Wails and all that sort of stuff. And then if we look through the rest of our deck, that's at 2 health. I mean, that is literally just a 1 anyway, but it explodes, people won't waste it. That's a 2. The Vile Feast, obviously, a Spiderling. The Skitterer is a 2. The Callista is a 3. The Swain's a 3. And then a couple of big guys at the end. Is Callista even needed in here? Can we just get rid of Callista and run just Swain? But then if we're running just Swain, interesting, very interesting. My head wants me to go use both and see how it goes, and then you would play it out and see what one is actually doing the more damage. But with Callista only being a 4-3 and Swain being a 3-6, Swain lives more. What the hell can I take out of here? It's either going to be the Precious Pets, but then, or the Haunted Relics, and then that's... But if they go, Callista doesn't level. And if I take the Precious Pets out, I have nothing, and I have 5-2 drops. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Haunted Relics out. We're going to take the Haunted Relics out. And there's bits of me just so does not want to do this. It just doesn't want to do it. But if we look at it, that's a fearsome unit. Fearsome, 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 and overwhelm. But that's in there because we want the swine. So now we're looking at 22 units and 18 spells. And that's probably a bit better because our spells are quite expensive. So Noxian Fervor is a 3, Grasp of the Undying is 5, Death's Hand is 3, even Vile Feast is a 2, Glimpse is a 2. The only real cheap one is the Ravenous Flock. But you get a couple of things if his damage are stunned, and Swain is just off the scale bonkers. So people have also been asking me, how do you put in things at the start? So I'll show you afterwards what it looks like. But if you put in this symbol, you put that symbol in, so that's control and the weird bracket, and then you type in sprite name, sprite, spacebar, name equals, capital for each one, fearless, close the bracket. Why has that not worked? That's because, does it need to be that? Or is it that? Oh dear me, good God. But that's, do you know what it is? It's very, very simple. Anybody wants to give me a slap in the head, give me a slap in the head. It's not fearless, it's fearsome, because I'm being an idiot. So it's open those weird brackets, sprite, space, name, and then the equals is right beside that. I'm selling this really well, aren't I? But it just looks good and gives you an idea of what the deck actually does. And let's put that back, and we will go Callista Swain in there like that, and then move that across and call it Callista Swain. Just like that. So we got our different things, and so that is our deck. 3 Precious Pets, 3 Ravenous Flocks, 3 Arachnoid Horror, 3 Glimpses, 3 Mists, 3 Vials, 3 Death's Hand, 3 Frenzied Skitterer, 3 Callista, 3 Noxian Fervor, 3 Grasp of the Undying, 3 Swain, 2 Trifarian Shield Breakers, what a great name of a card that is, and the Leviathan, because it's just great, and ends the game with Swain. So this is my fearsome deck. This is episode 1 of a continuing story about how fearsomes don't do very much, but they're actually a really good mechanic in Legends of Runeterra. They are really good. There's an awful lot of Paro decks, an awful lot of things that only have like 2 to attack, you know. The elusives can't do anything. We're really elusiving the elusives, you know, and it doesn't matter what our power is, we just want their powers to be 2. Will this be any good into Freljord? Probably no. Into a big hard-hitting Noxus thing? Probably not either. But in the main, we have things in here that consistently every card that comes down on the table has fearsome. Is it a good archetype? I mean, I don't know. I've never seen an all fearsome deck before, so it's possible that it's okay. You know, it's... So here's our thing. So these are all elusives. That's the elusive symbol. And this is ephemeral. And, you know, that's weird and fearsome and overwhelm and things that, you know, give life steal and regenerate. You see what I mean? So I know just by glimpsing at what I'm doing down here that I know, you know, ephemeral, that's a mono deck. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here that's frostbite, that's vulnerable, barriers, burst spells, all that sort of stuff. So it just kind of makes me be able to look at something and go, oh, is that what that does? I haven't played that deck in a little while, and you take it off and you probably lose because it's my deck. Anywho, I digress. We have been at this for like 25 minutes, give or take a few seconds. That is my deck based purely upon fearsome. Is it any good? It's probably not. Okay, I haven't tested it. because I've literally just made it, and you hopefully saw what was going through my mind trying to figure out what the hell to put in there. But the best thing to do is to go into the search and type in what you're looking for, or find the key card, find the synergies with other things, put spells in and champions that help you win, and that is how I have always made my decks. This is the Dongers of Runeterra deck discussion, deck building 101 lecture. Please close the door quietly. If you like it, please put a thumbs up. It really shows us that you guys are watching and enjoying it. Secondly, if you haven't subscribed already, would you please do it? It's a wonderful thing. If we build up subscribers, we actually get a lot of help from YouTube if we get up to about 500, and we're currently at about 340. So tell your friends about us. We're all very kind. The deck code and a link to our Discord is in the pinned comments. And as we said, every video